Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, right? Stopping them from rewriting history, man, and holding these guys to the standard, man. And in this video, we're going to talk about something that I keep hearing constantly over and over and over again, guys. That doesn't make any sense. People will keep telling you that Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. Michael Jordan cried to the NBA because the Detroit Pistons. And they always refer to Isaiah Thomas. It's so funny to me how a lot of these Michael Jordan, detractors, these people who try to knock Michael Jordan, will always go to Isaiah Thomas as if this is the most credible guy in the history of the world. Remember, guys, Isaiah Thomas has lost all credibility as it pertains to Michael Jordan and his interactions with Michael Jordan, or anything he has to say about the Chicago Bulls or his, like I said, or his career as it relates to Michael Jordan, man. This dude is not keeping it honest. He never has kept it honest. Remember, he's jealous and envious of Michael Jordan. But it's funny how people always say Michael Jordan cried to the NBA, cried to the league for some kind of assistance. I don't understand what they're saying. What did he cry about? And we're going to talk about this video because Michael Jordan never got any help from the NBA referees like LeBron James did, like LeBron James teams always have. And we're going to talk about the free throw advantages for LeBron James teams as it relates to Michael Jordan's teams, guys. The differentials, man, because we all know that the LeBron James teams' free throw differentials have been off the charts lately. But I went back and looked into some of these things and to see, was Michael Jordan crying to the referees, crying to the NBA, and got all this help all of a sudden? Nope, guys, never happened, man. We're going to talk about this video, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled by all support, man. It means a lot, guys. It really does, man. So shout out to all you guys for staying with me. Like I said, I know my videos aren't fancy or flashy. I don't have any cool editing or graphics, and I don't pre-record this stuff, man. I do all this stuff in one take, man, and I try to hit you guys with the honest facts. I'm always trying to be genuine with you guys, man. So thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, like I said, man, I'm constantly hearing from these weird LeBron James fans in my comment section, that Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. And they'll always talk to you about Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas said Michael Jordan had a run to the NBA and cry. And I always laugh when they say that and they bring up Isaiah Thomas' name because, like I just told you guys, who the hell's Isaiah Thomas, man? Who is he? He has zero credibility, man. Don't no one respect what Isaiah Thomas has to say as it pertains to Michael Jordan and the relationships with the Bulls and the Pistons, man? Because he's not keeping it honest. Same thing with guys like Bill Lane B or John Sally. These guys have lost all integrity, man. For what? For nothing, just to talk some nonsense because they're upset and they once again are jealous of Michael Jordan and the success that he ended up having going through them. So when they bring up Isaiah Thomas saying that Michael Jordan cried to the league, and this is why they were able to beat the Pistons, it's laughable at best. And I ask these people, what help did Michael Jordan get? What help? I'm trying to figure this out because I've done a video on the free throws from Michael Jordan, the fouls from Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, and Michael Jordan was called for way more fouls than LeBron James ever has been called for. Still, 21 years, LeBron James hasn't passed Michael Jordan in personal fouls. But Isaiah Thomas said that Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. So if it didn't help him getting less foul calls against him, go look how many times Michael Jordan was called for a foul. On average, about 2.5 fouls a game. LeBron James not even over 1.7 fouls a game for his career. But the LeBron James fans will say Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. Isaiah Thomas saying Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. I'm trying to figure out where the benefit came for Michael Jordan that the NBA gave him. It wasn't from his personal fouls. We know that because they're taking a step further. When we think about that, I've talked about this before. If you go back and you look at Michael Jordan's career, I believe it was 1988. I want to say it was 1989 or 88 or 89 that Michael Jordan led the league in free throw attempts. Led the league in free throw attempts, guys. And the word on the street is that other people complain about Michael Jordan leading the league in free throws. Who the hell is this second, third-year guy coming in here, leading the league in free throws, getting all the benefit of doubt calls? That's what people are trying to say. And if you notice, go look at Michael Jordan's career. He never led the league in free throw attempts ever again, guys. Never again led the league in free throw attempts after that. So that obviously highlights that someone did complain about Michael Jordan leading the league in free throws that one year because the very next season he didn't lead the league in free throws and he never again led the league in free throw attempts ever again in his career, guys. Never again. So that goes to the evidence that you can point to and say something happened there, because all of a sudden Michael Jordan was dominating, scoring all these points in 87, 88, 89, getting these free throws. All of a sudden, what? People complained about Michael Jordan getting free throws, and all of a sudden Michael Jordan didn't lead the league in free throw attempts ever again, guys. There's evidence right there that people were going against Michael Jordan. Remember the rookie freeze-out game and the All-Star game? Remember, a lot of these players were jealous of Michael Jordan coming in those first couple of years because he had the shoe deal. He had all the hype. He was doing commercials. All this stuff that these guys couldn't do. Isaiah Thomas, he didn't get no shoe deal. He ain't doing no commercials. These guys were jealous of Michael Jordan's success, man, early in his career, man. I told you, he came into the NBA and took it over, man. But once again, where were the advantages for Michael Jordan as far as what Isaiah Thomas and these weird LeBron James fans will tell you? He cried to the NBA because the facts remain, guys, and I've told you this before. It was not just Michael Jordan, quote-unquote, complaining to the NBA. There were many executives complaining to the NBA, to the front office. There were coaches complaining. There were other players like Larry Bird complaining about the Detroit Pistons' play style. It wasn't because, see, a lot of people try to make it seem the Pistons, oh, Michael Jordan was complaining because the Pistons were so good. That wasn't the problem. Michael Jordan had no problem with the competition. What Michael Jordan and a lot of other players had, the coaches, other executives had, was the play style of the Pistons. These guys were dirty, guys. They were dirty. They were a great defensive team, no doubt about it. But they were also a dirty defensive team, an overall dirty team. How many times have we heard guys like Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer, right, John Sally, and some of these guys say, we were physically trying to hurt Michael Jordan on the basketball court. So as a LeBron James fans, are you going to sit here and tell me if LeBron James was out there being hit by the Detroit Pistons and these people came out and made it known that they're trying to hurt LeBron James, physically trying to hurt him, you're going to sit here and tell me that LeBron James complained to the referees or that LeBron James wouldn't be flopping all over the court? Are you kidding me right now? Michael Jordan never flopped against the Detroit Pistons, man. All he did was come back stronger and harder every single season, push his teammates every single season, guys. It's getting a little hot in here. To be greater, guys. Those are the facts, man. So I'm not buying Michael Jordan complaining to the league. There were a lot of people complaining to the league, man. A lot of people. Once again, because of the play style of the Pistons. Guys like Pat Riley, they complained about this kind of stuff. Guys were going to get hurt. Now, you think the NBA wants their star players hurt? You think they want Michael Jordan, a young Michael Jordan, getting hurt? You think they want a Larry Bird or Magic Johnson getting hurt off of dirty plays? If guys get hurt in the course of their careers, it happens. But you don't want your stars getting clotheslined in midair, having their legs pulled, right? Guys trying to fall on their ankles, guys doing these cheap shots. Watch the video footage, and you'll see a bunch of dirty plays, a bunch of dirty tactics from the Detroit Pistons against Michael Jordan, man. But they're going to talk about Michael Jordan's cry to the NBA. So once again, guys, where was the benefit from? Michael Jordan wasn't getting any favorable foul calls more than any other superstar in the history of the NBA. When he was leading the league in free throws, people complained about that. It never happened again. No, one time after that, guys. Isn't that ironic? And let's think about the team aspect here, because a lot of people want you to believe that Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, they're always a favorite, right? They were always a favorite in the 90s. Michael Jordan could do no wrong. The Bulls could do no wrong. They were the greatest team in the era, blah, 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 blah. They want all you to believe all these narratives, right? And they want you to believe that Michael Jordan's teams got the benefit of the doubt calls all over the place. That's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day, the way it worked, the star players got star treatment. That's how it worked. That's the way it's always been. Since the beginning of time, the star players always get star treatment. They get benefit of the doubt calls. There's no difference between any other star player, the primetime players. That's all the facts, guys. Those are the facts. They get benefit of the doubt calls. The one thing, however, that they don't always get, that's going on a lot now for LeBron James, is the teams. So, for example, just because Michael Jordan was on the Chicago Bulls doesn't mean that the Bulls are going to get all the benefit of doubt calls. Scottie Pippen's going to get benefit of doubt calls, or Horace Grant's going to get benefit of doubt calls, or Bill Cartwright, or John Paxson, or B.J. Armstrong, or Dennis Rodman, or Ron Harper, or Tony Kukoc, or any of these guys are going to get a quote-unquote benefit of the doubt call because Michael Jordan's on that team. That's not how it went down like that, okay? For the most part, the star players got the star treatment, but the teams, they were not giving star treatment. If you think about LeBron James and the teams that he's been on, his teams have always benefited from the whistle of the referee, guys. And where's the evidence of this? Well, quite simply, guys, I went down to the record books here. Now, we all know over the last several seasons, over the last 2 years, that the Los Angeles Lakers have had a plus, 1,000 free throw differential, or somewhere close to that, right? And people might think that it was just over the last couple of years that LeBron James has been getting the benefit of doubt calls, and that his teams have been getting benefit of doubt calls throughout his career. It's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron James individually has been getting a lot of help from the referees, never calling fouls against him. I mean, think about even now. They don't call offensive fouls against him. They don't call charges or travels against him. And even when he first came in the league, he never got called for fouls at the rate that Michael Jordan did, guys. He just never did. That's why he still hasn't passed him in all these years. Because LeBron James, one, we know he ain't playing the defense like Michael Jordan. So if you're not being aggressive on the defensive end, it doesn't really give you a lot of time to get called for fouls. But also, LeBron James don't get called for any of these offensive fouls. And he don't get called for any fouls. He'll go for a rebound, grab someone's arm, no foul called there. So LeBron James always been getting helped individually. But when we think about team-wise, this is what people are starting to expose over the last several years. But it's been happening his whole career, guys. Now, I picked out some seasons here. So 2023, we know they were a plus 476, the Lakers, a plus 476. So what that meant was they shot 2,182 free throws in the 2023 season. Their opponent shot 1,706 free throws. So they were a plus 476 at the free throw line as far as the attempts go. Plus 476, which means they had plus 476 more free throw attempts to score points against their opponents throughout the whole season. That's pretty drastic, guys. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. Now, we know just this past season, they were a plus 507, plus 500. They shot 1,983 free throws. The opponents, guys, 1,476, which was good for the bottom of the league. Both these years, they were in the bottom of the league for their opponents shooting free throws against them. So that looks like to me that LeBron James and his teams are getting a lot of extra help from the referees, guys, from the whistle. Did LeBron James cry to the referees? He's always crying to the referees. Always. Even though he's getting all these calls, he still cries. Think about how that sounds. So now I look into some of the seasons that LeBron James teams were successful. The 2011 when they went to the finals, they were a plus 308. A plus 308 the Miami Heat were, guys. They shot 2,288 free throws. Their opponent shot 1,980. They were a plus 308, guys, in 2011. In 2012, they were a plus 132. In 2013, they were a plus 152. In 2015, did I write down 2014? I don't know if I wrote down 2014. I might have skipped that year. I might have skipped that one, guys. But 2015, they were a plus 305. Plus 305 free throw differential. 2016, they were a negative 72. So that's the 1 year that I saw on there of the years that I did where they had a difference, a negative difference. So that means the opponent shot 72 free throws more than LeBron James' team. Wow. One season like that, guys, right? And in 2017, they were a plus 269, guys. A plus 269 in the free throw differential. 2018, they were a plus 321. A plus 321, guys. That's insane. 2021, they were a plus 204 free throw differential. So, guys, as you can see here, man, I just read off some of these years. And as you can see, man, they're way above the LeBron James teams on the plus side of the free throw differentials, which means that his team shot a certain amount of free throws compared to the opponent that was shooting free throws, okay? So that shows you right there that LeBron James teams are getting a lot of benefit of the doubt calls here. They're plus 300. I mean, look at this stuff. Plus 308, plus 507, plus 476, plus 305, plus 269, plus 321. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, guys, when you look at all the extra free throws, plus 204. Now, I went back and looked at the Michael Jordan years, and I didn't just do the championship years. I went back, guys. So if you go back to 1988, right, when things first started happening for Michael Jordan, right, when the Defensive Player of the Year award and the MVP award, all these things, right, the Bulls would start to emerge. In 1988, you know what their plus minus was, guys? They were plus 16. Plus 16. 16, guys, in 1988 on free throws. Wow. Wow. 1989, the very next season, they were minus 84. A minus 84. Minus 84. In 1990, listen to this, guys. In 1990, when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals with the first rookie coach, Phil Jackson, they were minus 252. Minus 252 free throws, guys, for the Bulls. That's crazy. LeBron James' team, they never sniffed that. Minus 252. Let's go to 1991. They were plus 94. Okay, that's nothing. Plus 94, that's negligible at best. 1992 is the highest differential. They were a plus 147. Nowhere still near where LeBron James teams have been. 1993, they were minus 81. Minus 81, guys. 1996, they were plus 19. Plus 19. What is that? That's nothing. Negligible at best. 1997, they were plus 78. What is that? That's nothing. And in 1998, guys, they were a minus. They were a plus 53. A plus 53, guys. Listen to those numbers I read off. Plus 16, minus 84, minus 252, plus 94, plus 147, which was the highest one for them, minus 81, plus 19, plus 78, and a plus 53, guys. Think about those numbers, and let's go and read back LeBron James' team's differentials one more time. We got plus 308, plus 132, plus 152, plus 305, minus 72, plus 269, plus 321, plus 204, plus 507, plus 477. I mean, it's insane, guys, for any LeBron James fan, for anyone to try to say that Michael Jordan cried to the referees. Like Isaiah Thomas said, where did Michael Jordan get any help from this? I don't understand where the help came from. Where is the free throw help? Where are the referees in the NBA helping Michael Jordan's Bulls win? They didn't do it. It never happened. And the crazy thing about all these numbers I read off, guys, when you look at the Chicago Bulls and you look at their the free throws that they attempted throughout the season, they were always in the bottom. They were always towards the bottom on both of these. They were bottom as far as how many free throws they shot compared to the rest of the league, and they were on the bottom as far as how many free throws their opponent shot compared to the rest of the league. They were at the bottom, guys. The bottom. They weren't winning calls of free throws. They weren't beating teams because they were getting the benefit of the doubt calls. They were winning because they had Michael Jordan. They were winning because they practiced hard. They stayed together. They built that team up. Right? They played in a system. They gave the effort on the defensive end. That's why they won. It wasn't because they were getting all these free throws. And you look at all the free throws LeBron James teams have gotten, guys. It's absolutely insane. But they want to sit here and tell you, LeBron James, Michael Jordan was crying to the referees. Isaiah Thomas said Michael Jordan cried to the NBA. Where was the help that Michael Jordan, what help did he get? And I love when people say they changed the rules. So you're going to sit here and say that the NBA changed the rules just for Michael Jordan? So all the rule changes they've ever made only favored Michael Jordan. That sounds stupid as hell. Once again, what rule change did they implement just for Michael Jordan that just impacted Michael Jordan? Once again, they never say that. They just say, they changed the rules for Michael Jordan. They didn't change the rules for LeBron James. We can clearly see they're not calling traveling. They're not calling the carries. They're not calling the offensive fouls. Michael Jordan was called for travels, carries, offensive fouls, all this stuff. They don't even call LeBron James for goaltending. They don't give LeBron James any technical fouls for cursing at referees, for berating the refs, for talking trash in the post-game press conference. He never gets fined, no technical fouls. I've seen Michael Jordan get many technical fouls for arguing a call. But Michael Jordan cried to the NBA? Once again, where's the evidence of Michael Jordan being held by the NBA? If people want to talk about Michael Jordan shooting free throws, once again, I've already debunked this nonsense. But let's take it a step further. Michael Jordan played in a physical era. You can't say he didn't. So when people talk about fouls or lack of fouls, we can clearly state and clearly see that Michael Jordan's NBA is way more physical than LeBron James' NBA's ever been. Ever been. So if Michael Jordan's getting fouls, he's actually getting fouled. He's earning this stuff. Not LeBron James. LeBron James, 6'9", 260, falling all over the place, flopping and flailing around. Trying to get foul calls. Not Michael Jordan, guys. Not Michael Jordan. And as you can see, the Chicago Bulls were never winning games because of all the free throws they were getting over everybody else. They were just a really good team, guys. And as a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite. They were towards the bottom in free throws attempted and the free throws given up. Those are the facts. Michael Jordan teams were not getting plus 500, plus 400. The highest number they had there, I read off was what plus 147? That's not even close to LeBron James teams. And wasn't just in LA, guys. In Miami, same thing. The second thing in Cleveland, same thing. Anytime LeBron James teams have been relevant, they're winning, they're in the finals, they're winning championships, that regular season, they're getting all the help. They're getting carried to these wins. Huge plus differential. That wasn't Michael Jordan's Bulls, guys. Never was. You guys know the deal, and these are the facts. Michael Jordan was not crying to the NBA. Once again, if people are trying to say that Michael Jordan was complaining because the Pistons were too good and they couldn't beat him, you sound idiotic. You sound like a moron. Because the facts remain that the Detroit Pistons were a dirty team that were physically trying to hurt people out there on the court. That is bad business. That's not basketball. Hitting guys after the whistle is not physical defense. That's not basketball. Grabbing guys' legs, elbowing them, clotheslining them in midair, that's not physical basketball. The New York Knicks, to me, in my estimation, the early 90s, were a non-dirty physical team. They were not dirty, but they were very physical, the New York Knicks. But I never considered watching them play the Bulls all those years in the early 90s. I never considered what they were doing dirty tactics. They were a hard-nosed, blue-collar team that went out there and gave effort, and they were physical, but they weren't dirty. The Detroit Pistons were a very great defensive team because they had great defensive players like Joe Dumars and Dennis Rodman. But at the same time, they were a dirty team. I'm not saying Joe Dumars was dirty or one guy in particular. To me, Joe Dumars is probably the only classy guy on that team. I like Dennis Rodman too, man, but he's a weirdo, and he was doing all kinds of dirty stuff. But they were dirty. Isaiah Thomas was the leader of this stuff, right? And they were all involved in this. It's a difference there, guys. They didn't want Michael Jordan getting hurt. They didn't want Larry Bird getting hurt. They didn't want the star players of the NBA to get hurt off of dirty plays. That's the difference people don't understand. You guys know the deal, man. Michael Jordan earned it. The Bulls earned it. LeBron James has been getting preferential treatment his whole career, and his teams have been getting preferential treatment, guys. And those are the facts. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.